This your boy D Noseball back with another video. Say man, Duke got Baylor coming up, and it's gonna be it's gonna be a long night for Duke. Duke gonna have to really lock in. They're going to win this game, and in my opinion, it's a must-win game for Duke, bro. It's a must-win game for Duke, fam, because they have not looked good against mid-tier competition. They look good against great competition. I get Baylor just lost to Michigan State by a lot, and it was an embarrassing loss. And I get that Duke has beat Michigan State, but throw all that out the window. The reason why this is going to be even a tougher game than Arizona, in my opinion, is because the offensive execution of Baylor, bro. The offensive execution of Baylor, and the fact that Tyrese Proctor, who I feel like has been playing, who played trash this season so far, he's still a good defender, a solid defender, and I feel like he's going to be missed because I think Jared McCain and Jeremy Roach are not as good defenders as Tyrese Proctor. Caleb Foster is still a freshman, so they gonna have their hands full with this Baylor offense, bro. They gonna have their hands full. You gonna have to be connected, tied together on the stream because I'm gonna play the highlights. I'm gonna show you the Baylor versus Florida highlights, and just all the actions and all the out of bounds plays, the half court offense, the multiple options. Say, man, it's a lot, bro. And you just gonna have to be on the stream defensively. Duke's gonna have to play with a lot more energy than they've been playing with so far this season. They got to play with a lot more energy. The guards are going to have to stick with the Baylor guards for multiple possessions in one set. Like, let's say you get a down screen and then it goes into a ball screen and then it goes into a reverse. You're going to have to stick on all of that. You're going to have to stick to it. You're going to have to switch when you're supposed to switch. You're going to have to stay attached when you're supposed to stay attached. And you're going to have to communicate if you want any chance against Baylor, bro. Because they crisp execution, multiple options on every set. Like, that Baylor offense is a juggernaut, bro. And I don't know if Duke's ready for it. Now, I'm not saying Duke can't, but in my opinion, you have to focus on Ray J. Dennis. Don't let him get the isolations in the low block. Don't let him cut across the middle. Pay attention to Ray J. Dennis as a playmaker and as an isolation scorer. Jalen Bridges, he seems like he can only I'll make Jalen Bridges, Jacoby Walter, and Langston Love into playmakers. I would let Ray J. Dennis be a playmaker because he can actually play make. But Jacoby Walter, Langston Love, and Jalen Bridges, I'll force them into being playmakers instead of stationary shooters, movement shooters, or one quick decision. Make them have to make multiple decisions because they will turn the ball over. They're not the greatest assist man, but Ray J. Dennis is. So that's one of the biggest things I'm going to be watching for, like how Duke handles Ray J. Dennis versus those other three great guards that Baylor has. But I'll also force Lundgren into being a scorer, and Nunn, I think that's his name. I'll force those guys into scoring because they're not the primary options. Chuma Chwachwa, the backup big for Baylor, and Yeezy Measy, they're going to be trying to roll hard and get lobs. So I'll be watching for that. And everything in Baylor's offense opens up everything else in Baylor's offense. If they come out with a lob play, those will be to set up down screens for shooters. So when you have to watch the lob, they'll probably get you with the jump shots. When you have to watch the jump shots, they'll probably get you with the lob. So it's going to be a tough offense to face, bro. And I feel like this is going to be Duke's toughest matchup yet. Even more tough than the Arizona game. Yeah, I know. But I feel like just because the way Baylor plays offense and they just have crisp execution and their half court sets and out of bounds plays are so well drawn up, those guards versus Duke guards, who I don't think are the greatest defenders, especially with Tyrese Proctor out, it's gonna be a long night, bro. But I still think Duke could win because I don't think that Baylor will have an answer for Flip, and I think Filipowski could potentially get whatever he wants, especially since he can play inside, outside. And then I think if you draw out one of the bigs for Baylor, because they only play one big, so if you can draw out the big with Flip and that will allow driving opportunities for Caleb Foster. Jeremy Roach can play in the mid-range because you can score on Baylor. That's one thing I will say. You can score on Baylor, but Duke, I think they'll just have a lot of trouble stopping Baylor's offense, and that's going to be the real test in this game. It's going to be the real thing I'm watching for. Now, if Duke wants to win, somebody going to have to come along with Flip. Somebody going to have to come along with them. I think this might not be a Mark Mitchell game. This might be a TJ Power game, bro. I want to see more TJ Power. This could even potentially be a Sean Stewart. I don't even think it could be a Sean Stewart game. I think this would be the perfect test of Duke to see if their 3-guard lineups can work. Because this is going to be a 3-guard lineup team versus a 3-guard lineup team. But I honestly think Baylor's better with 3-guard lineup because I think their bigs are more physical and they're bigger lob threats. I love Flip, but I think Flip, since he can shoot, he needs a real big next to him. But Duke don't have any real bigs that I trust. Ryan Young and Sean Stewart. I believe in his potential, but I gotta see it. Reeves, but I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see a lot of Blakes today, just for defensive purposes. And I don't know. McCain, Roach, because you kind of want their offense. Caleb Foster's like an X factor. This is gonna be a tough game for Duke, bro, because Baylor has a lot of guards. They have the better offensive execution, in my opinion. They have better bigs in terms of being bigs. I think Flip still might be the best player in this game. But there is a world where Ray J. Dennis or Jacoby Walter could go off. Even Langston Love or Jalen Bridges. So this is Duke's toughest matchup yet. And I'm watching for a lot of things. If they could slow down Baylor's offense, if they could stay attached defensively, coming off all the ball screens, the weave actions, and if they can really get to shooters, stay attached to shooters, and watch for the lob plays, and just monitor the out-of-bounds plays because Baylor has great out-of-bounds plays. So if they can stay disciplined on defense, they will be able to score on Baylor. But this is going to be a high-scoring game, man. And Duke will just have to get a lot of stops. They're going to have to get a lot of stops when they matter. Flip's going to have to be special if Duke's going to win this game. Flip's going to have to be special. That's all I can say. I can see a world where he can abuse Yves Misi. This is a tough matchup, bro. And I think it's a must-win for Duke. If you lose this game to Baylor, Duke, I don't know. Like, it's not a must-win because you still got the ACC tournament, ACC play, and I feel like the ACC is kind of down. But I don't know, man. I'm not optimistic about Duke beating Baylor, but I think they can. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because the Baylor offense, the way they execute that offense, and the shot makers they have. I think, like I said, turn the shot creators into playmakers outside of Ray J. Dennis, and you might have a chance, get some critical stops, rebound the basketball, gang rebound, and Flip has to be special. That's how I think Duke will win. But this has been your boy, Diddy Knows Ball. Let me know how you feel in the comments about the Duke versus Baylor matchup. What are you looking for? What are you hoping to see? But this is your boy, Diddy Knows Ball. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm your boy, Diddy Knows Ball. And today I'd like to announce my new service, Channel Launch Pro. I like to help aspiring YouTubers and content creators launch their sports channels. If you like me and you want to get into content creation but you don't know how, just hit me up. I offer free consultations. Let's take off together.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.